Hey, did you like that little joke where we just said the word party over and over again? Well, honestly, I'm wondering if I should even bother releasing an actual review of this album. That's the problem with Andrew WK. There is literally no way I can approach this album with any real criticisms or address any factors that are problematic or uncomfortable without quite literally being a party pooper. But yes, if you can't tell by my slightly sardonic tone, I'm not exactly partying over this album. I'm wallflowering this party like a motherfucker. I'm in the corner with Jacob Dylan reading a Stephen Chbosky novel. That's how wallflowery I am about this album. Hello party, meet the Crasher. Look, I know you like Andrew WK. He's a hard guy not to like. He's super positive, super energetic, super charismatic. He strives to be the kind of guy that everyone can get along with, and hell, I'll be damned if he doesn't often succeed. He seems nice enough, with a good heart and the best of intentions, but good intentions are the asphalt to hell's highway. And guys, at the end of the day, I'm here to talk about the music, okay? And the music here, look, no amount of good intentions or positive vibes can make me like this damn thing. Well, why is that, Crash? Because the album's fucking dumb. Realize how I sound saying that. Oh, look, I get it. Nobody walks into Andrew WK expecting Leonard Cohen, but even by the generous, almost circular curve we grade him on, this album's lyrics are just doofy. I understand that his doofiness is part of his likability, but man, a lot of that old party hard charm and gusto has been replaced on this album by preachiness. Oh God. I mean, Wilkes-Krier has always been upfront with his message, but when I mean preachy, I mean mega preachy, shitty youth pastor preachy, as in no less than 3 times on this album, Andrew literally grinds everything to a screeching goddamn halt so we can have musicless, motivational monologues full of cookie cutter platitudes and bumper sticker positivisms about never giving up and getting through the dark times. So cliche and uninspired, I wouldn't be surprised to see this shit hanging up on Ned Flanders' wall. Stupid sexy Andrew. This album is so preachy, I actually had to double check Andrew's bio halfway through hearing it to make sure he hadn't undergone some kind of evangelical conversion or something. I've heard praise and worship acts that would tell Andrew to be more subtle. And the sad part is that, you know, for the most part, I actually agree with what he's saying during these moments. They're good lessons to take to heart, but man, I mean, it's not like the rest of the lyrics aren't also chock full of these platitudes and life lessons and other stuff that he wants to sell us. Do we really have to pump the brakes on the album musically so we can get the audiobook version of this shtick too? Well, just shut up and listen to the music, you cynical, hate-filled, vile, evil little man who hates fun and laughter and redemption and is the actual devil. Hey, don't give me that shit. The devil's on your side. Yeah, I totally would be on board with the music here if it weren't all so I mean, Andrew is still capable behind his instruments, at least in general. Stuff like Music Is Worth Living For, Ever Again, I Don't Know Anything, and that eponymous closing track certainly have at least a flicker of that old Wilkes-Krier gusto and bravado, and Beyond Oblivion is a terrific instrumental track where Andrew just flexes his talent behind the ivories for a bit. I'm one of those weirdos who actually really likes 55 Cadillac, so I'm happy to see he's still got it in that department at least. But man, what really hurts this album is the production. That wall of sound that Andrew was so good at blowing us away with on his earlier work just isn't here. And yes, I know he's been trying to move away from that in recent years, but like, even the better tracks on this record are all written and structured in a way where they could really benefit from a massive amount of oomph. His writing style is still really catered to that wall of sound sort of dynamic, and the fact that it's just the same old shtick just without the punch improves nothing. Andrew's so good at kicking the door off its hinges that it honestly hurts to see him purposefully kneecapping himself by making most of the bass, guitar distortion, and drum work sound so wishy-washy and muddled together and just blarg. And on the album's weaker moments, like Give Up On You's chamber music flirtations, or on the absolutely plodding chore of Break the Curse, the faults in the production are only exacerbated by the poor writing and made close to insufferable by the always cornball lyrics. Andrew WK was a guy that did always get by on a lot of charm, but seriously, go back and listen to stuff like I Get Wet, The Wolf, and Close Calls with Brick Walls. He honestly did have more going for him than just the straight charm, but here, if anything, Andrew's larger-than-life personality gets in the way of things more often than it helps. And I say that as someone who genuinely likes a lot of the messages on here. If I were the message critic, maybe I would be nicer to this album, but I'm the rock critic, so the ham-fisted Tony Robbins impressions and the absolutely castrated soundscape aren't getting any points in my book. I mean, if you just have to have more WK in your life and are willing to settle for a severely watered down party beverage, then I can't say it won't hit the spot for you, but those of you looking for an actual party, I say go get wet. You're Not Alone gets 2 motivational posters out of 5.